Hey guys, so we're back for another market update. As you all know, over the past few days, I've given you stocks by request where we analyze individual stocks from Jollibee, URC, Max, MPI, and a couple of other stocks over the past days. But I think there's significant movement in the PSEI today that it's worth noting, it's worth analyzing what's happening in the market as a whole. So the reason why I said there was significant volatility was that the PSEI closed down 7.07%, 420 points down, putting the index back to the 5525 level. We're going to talk more about that from a support and resistance level in a bit. But when everyone was hoping that we would now push towards 6,000, guess what? The market just dropped us even lower as well. Part of that today, value turnover was relatively high, 8 billion pesos in terms of value turnover. Uh, a lot of the index stocks now were pretty much down, and foreigners were massively selling 2.14 billion of net foreign selling, and 58% of the transactions were basically from them. Although, again, there were some stocks that did well, that pushed up. I'm just going to try to run through them, but we're going to analyze the index for this video. So, tech was one of them. 8.85 in terms of its closing price, but up 29% for the day. So one of the things that you need to look at also when it comes to that is to look how big the volume is, because again, volume is very, very important. And I think that's one of the differences when you study Philippine stocks. No, one of the underlying things as compared to the US markets is basically the US markets have a lot of volatility and have a lot of volume. In the Philippine market, not all stocks have volume where you would consider that it's super legit and super massive in terms of how solid the movement is for you to be able to make your technicals reliable. For those who attended our Stock Smart sessions, you know my context and technical analysis that volume is very, 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 very important in terms of you analyzing it. If volume is not there, it will give you false signals. It makes technical analysis. Technical analysis to begin with is not perfect, but the fact that volume is not there, then it makes the readings even harder to analyze as well, or it will give you more false signals. That being said, also, one of the reasons why the index is down, please remember the index is a snapshot of 30 plus stocks. Ali was down to 30 pesos, 30.20 pesos per share. AC to 560, SM Prime back below the 30 level. Ali was down 11%, AC was down 4.76%, SM Prime was down 7.37%, BDO was down 103 pesos, down by 5%, SM was down to 820 to down around 4%, Tel back to 11, URC back to 120, Jollibee down 7 points back to the 141 level. Then you have Metro Bank also back to below 40, 39.95 pesos per share. So you see a lot of the large cap stocks, a lot of the index stocks pretty much were sold down, and that's one of the reasons why the PSEI also got dragged down. The PSEI is just a representation of those stocks with large market caps as well. Anyways, uh, while I'm making this video, I want to note two things. Number one, I posted a video on that already, but I just wanted to inform you that the BSP dropped interest rates again by 50 basis points. As what I mentioned in the video, uh, please do note very, very well that one of the reasons why they're doing this is they want to protect the economy. It sends a signal also that the economy is not as stable or is a bit more fragile than we want it to be, and that's why they're doing it. So you can watch the full context of that in the video that I posted prior to this, and I hope that helps you analyze and make sense of the situation. And I'll most likely make another video on this topic, but I just wanted to announce it now that US unemployment is now at 22 million people. There's 22 million people that have lost their jobs. Last week it was around 16 million. Now it's around 22 million Americans with no jobs. Please remember this. I think there was a study that Americans have only 6 weeks worth of savings. Meaning, for those of them who lost their jobs a month ago, they're down to their last 2 weeks. Meaning, if they don't get a job and this lockdown doesn't end in the States, or they don't find anything that will cause people to go back, people will run out of money. Then that 22 million might further increase. So that's what I'm saying. And if you're watching this and you are from the US, I hope that whatever stimulus checks that you get, whatever unemployment checks that you would get, you use it wisely. I've seen uh, so many news articles talking about the not so good use of the stimulus checks, and I hope that you guys use it very well. Now, let's go to the PSEI. That's why I mentioned it in the previous videos that we're not yet out of the woods in terms of a trend perspective, because if you look at this very well, all three longer scale moving averages are still bearish. What does that mean? It means that the underlying trend still, as of this point in time, bearish again. And if you note this, I'll try to put the support here. This support here that got broken still pretty much valid. We still have not gone above that level. Hence, that the bearishness, the trend, that the underlying trend that we still are not out of the woods, still pretty much there. Now, if there's one thing that we do know right now, it's basically this. Number one, there is selling, evident selling somewhere here. So whether you put your resistance here or you put your resistance here, one of the things that you can do is just zoom back, look at an area previously, if there was a resistance somewhere at that point in time, because as we started to hit this, the selling started to occur. So if you note it also, and if you try to look at it, it coincides to something that you have around this area as the 5-9 level. So why am I saying this? If I zoom back in, that would have been a trigger into all of this. That being said, though, one of the things that you need to watch out for, so one of the underlying things that we could look at based on this chart is a support that turned resistance from a few years ago is now the resistance that's blocking it. So a couple of things that you can look at. One thing that we could see is there a possibility that there will be a support around this level over the next few days? If it does not hold, if the 5-2 level does not hold, then most likely there could be a movement around this level, which is close to the 4-6. So let's see first. Let's not try to forecast. Let's not try to guess what will happen. But what we do know was there was evident selling today with volume. And even MACD is showing us that we really haven't crossed over yet. And it's also showing us that the 50-day moving average, which is not yet the strongest moving average, even has not been broken yet. So I guess one of the things that you need to take note, and I hope you guys are taking note of this video. No, every time I make videos, I hope that you have your charts on or you have your notebooks on, because as you all know, this is never stock picks. This is stock analysis that you. I hope that this helps you analyze stocks on your own. If you're a person who wants just picks that are spoon fed, this is not. I'm sorry to disappoint you. This is not this channel. This is for ones that really want to study and make their due diligence in terms of stock trading and investing. But anyways, let's continue. What you need to watch out for is the 5282 level, if it will be a valid support. So, should selling happen again tomorrow, watch if this holds, because if this holds, then you could possibly make an assumption that the 5282 level is an underlying support that could protect the markets. But if not, then we open ourselves up to another downward move. So couple of things: 5282 does not hold, we open ourselves up to another downside. And if you look at it still from this, as what I've mentioned, we really are still pretty much bearish. Even if I try to connect this area where the breakdown, support, breakdown, resistance, 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 connect this together, then you still really have the market with highs that are decreasing, or you have a high, or you have a high that's getting lower and lower and lower, which is depicting a downtrend. So that's what we're currently seeing right now, and that's what these lines are currently seeing right now as well. For those who are asking, by the way, I got a lot of messages of people who uh, say, while I'm watching the video, I can't understand because I don't know anything about technical analysis. I hope the lockdown ends soon so we can do our technical analysis sessions. But I just have two books about technical analysis. It's under Winning Strategies for Investing and Breaking the Resistance. All of those are in the links below if you guys want to study during this lockdown via book format. Anyways, so this is the downtrend line that's preventing the market from going up. So failure to hold this is this being the next support line. This does not hold, then we go at this level. And a couple of things you need to look at also. If it breaks this, it might consolidate and move here, and it will extend the downtrend further. But as of this point in time, this is where we are. Please remember support level 5.2 does not hold, has a chance to go here. If it hits this and bounces back, chances are it will go here. So possible downside from the current level, no, from the current resistance level, possible downside is this is around 10%. From here to the lowest portion, this is around 21%. But should it bounce again and go back here, it's 13%. Should it break out and go, let's say, back to this, that's a very, very large climb. It's 25%. But what I see here is there's another resistance somewhere here, so which is around 17% altogether. So what do you guys think? I want to hear your comments. Comment higher if you think the market will start to bounce, or comment lower if you think that it's gonna go down. And I forgot to mention this. I've been saying this in the previous videos that from the time the market hit the intraday low, mean Ayala land at 19, from the time where we saw some selling, it was already up 45%. So again, as what I've mentioned in the previous videos, there's still no cure for the coronavirus. Since there's no cure for the coronavirus, it means that a lot of people, any chance they get to sell, will still sell because there's still a lot of uncertainty involved. And as you all know, investors don't like uncertainty. Any shroud of uncertainty is something that people will try to get away from. Shrouds, every time that there's uncertainty, they will try to get out of a position, especially either if they break even, or if they did not break even, at least if they get a decent profit. Or some who are so frustrated, once they see the stock go up a bit, they will try to sell and try to at least cut loss and get as much of their money as possible as well. So there, uh, rest assured, I'm gonna give you more updates on this. I'm gonna create more and more videos. Again, with just one goal in mind, to just give you as much information on the markets as possible, as much information so that you guys can win. And that's the reason why I continue to make videos like this over and over again. Thank you for those who were concerned about my voice last night. I was just really tired because I made so many videos. Then there were a lot of interviews pa. But ayun this is what I love to do. And I guess during lockdown, I just really want to use my this time to communicate my thoughts to all of you, that like while all of you are in tune to the stock market because you're all at home and the stock market is one way to create revenue for you guys, I want to give you the best that I can right now so that you guys get educated. So if you are a mutual fund investor, you can follow this as well. This is still the current trajectory of funds. This is the current trajectory uh, of of the FMETF and other equity lace funds in the market. So that's it for now. I'll have another stocks by request. I think this video will be out around 10:15, most likely. If this video is out by 10:15, we'll have the stocks by request session around 11:15. Or if this video is out by 10:30, most likely the stocks by request session will be out 11:30 or midnight. Comment below if you're still awake by that time. If you have other stocks that you guys want me to analyze, put the stocks hashtag stocks by request, and we're gonna do the video. So that's it for now, guys. I'm around 99,950 subscribers already. We're just below around 50 subscribers left before we hit 100,000. If you haven't subscribed yet and you know that this channel is giving you value, super appreciate it if you could subscribe. And if you've been subscribing but you haven't been updated on what's happening, my suggestion, hit the bell so that every time there's a new video, it pops up on your timeline, you get updated on what's happening. And For those who want to really support the channel, super appreciate it if you could press a thumbs up, the like button, because that makes YouTube show this video to more Filipinos that somehow know needs and wants to that if you want this video to be seen by more Filipinos, you can just press the like button. And I guess that's it. Two online courses. I keep saying this because there are people that I know that want to learn via online courses. They're also all in the description below. One is with Chinkee Tan, the other is with Sean Si. The first one is a Tagalog stock market course. The second one is an entrepreneurship slash stock market course. And there, you can enroll through that online. And then the books are also in the description below. It can be delivered wherever you are in the Philippines slash the world. And second YouTube channel, it's called Stock Investing Made Easy. The link is also down below. They're all infographics about investing in the stock market. I hope that you guys can support that too. And there, that's it for now. Again, if I want to end this video, I'll just say this, that uh, use your time to build as much skills as you have as possible, because at the end of the day, it's those skills that will make you money. And you don't rely on other people, you don't rely on the government, you don't rely on your rich relative, you don't rely on waiting until the economy to get better. You build your skills so hard that you become so good that no matter what's happening in the economy, you will thrive. And I hope you got that, and I hope that that's something that, above and beyond getting the skills in the market, is something that will help you. So that's it for now. This is Marvin Yermo, and I really hope that this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.